The morning sky over New Eden shimmered with its amber glow. Dr. Park walked to the research center. He looked at the beautiful view. The colony on Proxima Centauri was now 3 years old. 50,000 people lived there. It was humanity's first home among the stars. Children played in the central plaza. Their laughter filled the air. Scientists worked in labs and fields. They studied the new world with excitement. Dr. Park loved these morning walks. "Dr. Park, don't forget the soil samples," his assistant Hannah said through his earpiece. "Director Kim needs them by noon." "I'll have them ready," Dr. Park replied. He touched the sample case in his pocket. The test showed something important. Plants from Earth could grow better here with small changes. Dr. Park stopped to watch a group of school children. They were drawing the strange plants that only grew on this world. The children had never seen Earth. New Eden was their home. "Our work matters," he thought. "What we learn here will help feed Earth someday." The peace broke suddenly. Sirens wailed across the colony. Dr. Park froze. This was not a drill. In the command center, Governor Lee ran to the main screen. Her face went pale. The space around their planet filled with ships. Hundreds of them. They were not human ships. "What are they?" she asked, her voice steady despite her fear. Defense Coordinator Song shook his head. "Nothing in our files matches these designs. They're not from Earth or any known human project." Governor Lee pressed the communication button. "This is New Eden Colony. We come in peace. Please identify yourselves." No answer came. "Try all frequencies," she ordered. "Use all languages in our database." "I am, Governor," said Communications Officer June. "They're not responding to anything." Governor Lee looked at the tactical display. The ships moved into attack positions around New Eden. They formed a perfect sphere with no gaps. "Raise shields," she ordered. "Alert all districts. Move people to the shelter areas." The colony had basic defenses. They were designed to protect against meteors and space debris, not an attack. No one had expected an attack. Humans had found no other intelligent life until now. The first blast hit the north section. The whole colony shook. Warning lights flashed on all screens. "Shields at 60%, Song reported. His fingers moved quickly over the controls. "Whatever they're using, it's cutting through our defenses." Another blast hit, then another. "Shields at 40%, 30%. Governor Lee opened a channel to all colony sectors. "All residents proceed to emergency shelters immediately." This is not a drill. Dr. Park heard the message as he helped guide children into an underground shelter. The ground shook with each impact. Pieces of ceiling fell around them. "What do they want?" asked a scared woman beside him. Dr. Park had no answer. In the command center, Governor Lee made a decision. "Send all our data to Earth. Everything we know about these ships. Their weapons, their attack pattern." Transmission started, Jun confirmed, "but it will take 4 years to reach Earth." "Earth needs to know what happened here," Governor Lee said. "They need to be ready." Another blast rocked the command center. The main power went out. Emergency lights came on, casting red shadows on worried faces. "Shields failing," Song reported. His voice was calm even now. "Main dome integrity compromised." Governor Lee sat at the emergency transmission station. This was a special system. It could send a short message at faster speeds. It would reach Earth in days, not years. She pressed the record button. Her hands did not shake. "This is Governor Lee of New Eden Colony. We are under attack by unknown forces. They came without warning. They offered no communication." She paused, then added 7 words that would change human history. "Remember us. Earth must not fall too." She sent the message just as the command center ceiling cracked open. The last thing Governor Lee saw was the amber sky of New Eden, now filled with alien ships. Dr. Park held a crying child in the shelter. The walls cracked around them. Air hissed out through growing gaps. He thought of all their work, all their hopes for this colony. He thought of Earth, so far away. At least they'll know what happened, he whispered. At least they'll be warned. The shelter ceiling collapsed. In deep space, the alien fleet moved away from the ruins of New Eden. They left no survivors. They sent no message. They had eliminated a potential threat, as they had done many times before. But this time was different. This time, they had attacked humans. And Earth had received the warning. Silence filled the United Earth Defense Council chamber. The final images of New Eden's destruction played on the large screen. 50,000 lives gone in hours. General Ta stood tall, but his eyes showed his pain. They killed everyone, he said. His voice was the only sound in the room. Scientists, farmers, children. They attacked without warning or reason. The council members sat in shock. Representatives from every nation on Earth watched the footage. The colony's final moments showed alien ships destroying homes, laboratories, and greenhouses. Chairwoman Sue, leader of the council, folded her hands. How long since we received Governor Lee's final message? 3 days, answered General Ta. The emergency beacon reached us first. The complete data package arrived 12 hours ago. Director Han walked to the center of the room. She was head of Earth Intelligence, a woman known for her calm even in crisis. The colony's sensors recorded everything, she explained. The ships, their weapons, their attack patterns. We've analyzed it all. She touched a control panel. The screen changed to show detailed images of the alien vessels. We've identified them as the Carry Hegemony. They control 17 star systems beyond Proxima Centauri. They are known to eliminate any civilization they see as future competition, and they think we're defenseless, asked the European representative. General Ta nodded. They believe they've encountered a weak species with minimal space capability, just one small colony to destroy. He looked at Chairwoman Sue. They don't know about Program Sentinel. The room grew even quieter. Program Sentinel was Earth's biggest secret. For 50 years, while nations argued publicly about space exploration, they secretly worked together on defense. Chairwoman Sue stood. The time for secrecy is over. The time for unity is now. She looked at each council member. I call for a vote to activate Program Sentinel. All of it. The vote was unanimous. 20 minutes later, across the solar system, hidden shipyards came to life. On Jupiter's moons, massive construction facilities shed their camouflage shields. In Saturn's rings, weapon factories powered up. Around Mars, orbital platforms that appeared to be research stations revealed their true purpose. Earth had been preparing, quietly, thoroughly, for decades. At his small fishing village in Korea, Admiral Du received the call he had trained for his entire career. To the world, he was a simple man who caught fish and told stories. In reality, he was the chosen commander of humanity's hidden fleet. He looked at the ocean one last time, then boarded the waiting shuttle. 6 hours later, he stepped onto the command deck of Earth's largest warship, the Vengeance. Status report, he ordered. His second-in-command, Captain Ba, stood ready. All hidden shipyards are online. Production is at maximum capacity. The dormant fleet is powering up. Admiral Du nodded. The dormant fleet was the first phase of Program Sentinel. 6,000 warships built in secret, hidden in the outer solar system. But that was just the beginning. And the construction protocols. Active and scaling, replied Captain Ba. The automated systems are working perfectly. At current rates, we'll have the full fleet ready in 8 months. Make it 6, ordered Admiral Du. New Eden deserves justice. On Mars, thousands of hidden factories began building ships. Giant 3D printers created hull sections. Automated assembly lines worked without pause. The technology had been ready for years, waiting for this moment. In Earth orbit, military personnel who believed they were part of a small space force learned the truth. Their training exercises had prepared them to crew the largest fleet in human history. Admiral Du addressed his growing command staff on the Vengeance. Officers from every nation stood united. The Carry hegemony believes they found an easy target, he told them. They believe Earth is weak and unprepared. They believe we are alone in the darkness. He showed them the plans for humanity's response, not just the 6,000 ships already built, but the full force. 600,000 warships to be constructed and deployed. This is not just about revenge. Admiral Du continued. This is about the future of our species. If we do not respond with overwhelming force, we invite more attacks. Earth must show the galaxy that we will not be victims. The training began immediately. Crews practiced day and night. Weapons were tested in the empty space beyond Neptune. Tactical simulations ran constantly on the Vengeance's computers. On Earth, factories switched to war production. Items once made for civilian use now supported the fleet. People noticed changes in their daily lives, but governments explained it as supply chain issues. 6 months passed quickly. Ship after ship joined the growing fleet. Some were small and fast. Others were massive carriers. All carried weapons designed to counter the carry technology seen at New Eden. Admiral Du stood at the viewport of the Vengeance, watching as hundreds of ships moved into formation. Captain Ba joined him. The fleet is ready, Admiral, she said. 600,000 ships, as ordered. Admiral Du nodded. They thought they found an easy target, he said quietly. Instead, they found humanity. He turned from the window. Send the order. We launch tomorrow. Across the solar system, humanity prepared for war. Not for conquest, not for glory, but to ensure that what happened at New Eden would never happen again. The massive fleet left Earth's solar system in perfect formation. 600,000 ships moved as one. The flagship Memory of Eden led them. 1 year had passed since the destruction of New Eden colony. Now humanity was ready to respond. Admiral Du stood on the command deck of the Memory of Eden. He watched the stars streak by as the new fold space drives activated. This technology was humanity's greatest achievement. It allowed ships to travel faster than light. The journey to Proxima Centauri would take weeks instead of decades. All ships report successful fold space entry, said Captain Jin, his second in command. She monitored the fleet's status on her screen. No ships lost during transition. Admiral Du nodded. The technology was new and risky, but necessary. Status of weapon systems. All weapons at full capacity, replied Weapons Officer Min. Phase shift cannons are calibrated and ready for deployment. These new weapons had been developed using data from the New Eden attack. Earth scientists had studied the carry technology and found its weaknesses. Now humanity had the tools to fight back. Admiral Du turned to look at the memorial wall on the command deck. It showed pictures of New Eden before the attack. Smiling colonists. The dome gleaming in the amber light of Proxima Centauri. A reminder of why they had come. Sir, called Communications Officer Yu suddenly. I'm detecting signals. Not carry signals. Something else. Put it on screen, ordered Admiral Du. The main display showed a stream of data, complex patterns that weren't human, but also didn't match known carry communications. They're trying different frequencies, explained Yu. As if they're searching for a way to talk to us. Admiral Du considered this. Reply on all frequencies. Basic greeting only. Let's see who else is out here. The response came quickly. 3 different signals, each with distinct patterns. 3 different species, Yu said with amazement, all trying to contact us at once. I thought the galaxy was mostly empty, said Captain Jin. Admiral Du shook his head. Or perhaps the carry have made more enemies than just humans. Within 2 days, representatives from the Back Collective requested a meeting. After careful security checks, Admiral Du allowed their small ship to dock with the Memory of Eden. The being who stepped onto the human ship was tall and thin. Its skin was pale blue. It called itself Ambassador No. We have watched your fleet's approach, said Ambassador No in surprisingly good English. Such a response to the carry is unprecedented. They destroyed our colony, replied Admiral Du simply. 50,000 people. The Carry have done this many times, said No. To my people. To the Rim Alliance. To dozens of developing worlds. When they detect a new species gaining space travel ability, they eliminate them. No warnings. No mercy. Captain Jin frowned. You know this, yet you haven't stopped them. We have tried, said No. Its voice carried deep sadness. The Back Collective fought for 20 years. The Rim Alliance lost 3 homeworlds. We survive only by hiding. The Carry technology has always been superior. Until now, said Admiral Du. Over the next week, more representatives came. The Rim Alliance sent maps of Carry territory. The On Federation shared intelligence about Carry battle tactics. All had suffered from Carry aggression. All had failed to defeat them. In his private quarters, Admiral Du reviewed the new information. The Carry controlled 17 star systems. They had destroyed dozens of developing civilizations. They believed it was their right to eliminate competition before it grew strong. They've never faced Earth, he said to himself. When the memory of Eden reached the edge of Carry space, Admiral Du called a final meeting with his commanders. Officers from all Earth nations gathered on the command deck. The Carry believe they are the superior power in this region of space, he told them. They attack developing worlds because they fear future competition. When they destroyed New Eden, they believed they were eliminating a weak, defenseless species. He showed the tactical display. The human fleet had split into 3 massive attack groups. Each would strike a different Carry military base simultaneously. Our new allies have provided valuable intelligence, continued Admiral Du. The Carry ships have strong forward shields but weak rear defenses. Their weapons are powerful but slow to recharge. Most importantly, they have never faced a united opponent of equal technology. The room was silent as the officers absorbed the battle plan. We carry more than weapons, said Admiral Du. We carry the memory of New Eden. We carry the hopes of species who have suffered under Carry attacks. We carry the future of humanity. He looked at each commander in turn. The Carry believe they are teaching primitive species a lesson. Today, we will show them what happens when Earth is provoked. Today, we teach them about humanity. The meeting ended. Officers returned to their ships. The fleet moved into attack position. As they approached the first Carry outpost, Admiral Du sent a message to be broadcast on all frequencies. This is Admiral Du of Earth Fleet. We represent humanity. You destroyed our colony without warning or reason. You believed we were weak. You believed we would accept this loss. You were wrong. We have come to show you the error you made in attacking humanity. The fleet moved forward. In the darkness of space, 600,000 ships prepared for battle. The Carry were about to learn a painful lesson. Earth does not forget its dead. The Carry defense systems activated too late. Human ships appeared suddenly in their space, using technology the Carry had never seen before. The fold space drives allowed Earth's fleet to bypass outer defenses completely. Admiral Du watched from the bridge of the memory of Eden as the first reports came in. His strategy was working perfectly. He had divided Earth's forces into 3 massive attack groups. Each group struck a different military target at the same time. First target neutralized, reported Captain Jin. Minimal casualties on our side. The Carry had never faced such an organized attack. For centuries, they had fought only weaker civilizations. They had no experience with an enemy of equal strength. Sir, we're being hailed, said Communications Officer Yu. It's coming from the Carry capital world. Put it on screen, ordered Admiral Du. The face that appeared was humanoid, but with gray skin and sharp features. This was High Commander Oak, leader of the Carry military forces. Unidentified fleet, Oak said in a cold voice. You have entered hegemony space illegally. Surrender now or be destroyed. Admiral Du stood tall. I am Admiral Du of Earth. We are humanity. You attacked our colony without warning or reason. You killed 50,000 of our people. We have come for justice. High Commander Oak laughed. Earth, the primitive world. Your colony was eliminated, as is our right. Your primitive vessels are no match for the hegemony that has ruled this sector for 1,000 years. You have made a mistake, replied Admiral Du calmly. You have awakened us. He ended the transmission and turned to his officers. Begin Phase 2. Across carry space, Earth ships deployed their new weapons. The phase shift technology, developed from studying the New Eden attack data, allowed human weapons to bypass carry shields completely. On his flagship, High Commander Oak watched in shock as reports flooded in. His supposedly superior ships were being destroyed by the dozens. Impossible, he shouted. Their technology is too advanced. Where did they get these weapons? His second-in-command had no answer. The carry had always relied on their superior shields. No species had ever bypassed them before. Now those shields meant nothing. Even more surprising to the carry was Earth's use of simple kinetic weapons alongside advanced technology. Human ships fired physical projectiles at incredible speeds. These basic weapons proved devastatingly effective against carry ships not designed to withstand physical impacts. They're using rocks, a carry commander reported in disbelief. Advanced metal rocks fired at high speed. By the second day of battle, Earth forces had destroyed 60% of the carry fleet. Admiral Du directed attacks on military targets only, avoiding civilian areas. This wasn't about revenge, it was about justice. Captain Jin led a special forces team against the main carry command station. Her mission was to secure intelligence and capture key leaders. Inside the station, she discovered something unexpected. Admiral, I've found their central database, she reported over secure channels. You need to see this. The files revealed the truth about New Eden's destruction. The carry hadn't attacked the colony simply to eliminate competition. Their scans had detected ancient technology buried deep beneath the colony's main settlement. Technology from a civilization that had existed in that system long before humans arrived. They feared we would find it, Captain Jin told Admiral Du when she returned to the memory of Eden. Technology that might be equal or superior to theirs. They killed our people for artifacts we didn't even know existed. This revelation strengthened Admiral Du's resolve. On the third day, Earth forces pushed toward the carry homeworld. Their fleet now surrounded the planet that had ordered the destruction of New Eden. High Commander Oak requested emergency talks. Admiral Du agreed to meet him on a neutral vessel. You must stop this attack, demanded Oak. His arrogance was gone now. The hegemony has ruled this sector for a millennium. We eliminate threats before they become dangerous. It is how we survive. And yet you now face destruction, replied Admiral Du. Not because we sought conflict, but because you brought it to us. You killed innocent people, scientists, children. We are willing to discuss reparations, Oak offered desperately. Admiral Du shook his head. The time for discussion was before you attacked New Eden. Now you will surrender unconditionally. Within hours, the carry government accepted Earth's terms. Their military was in ruins. Their defenses had failed. The hegemony that had terrorized dozens of civilizations for centuries had fallen in just 3 days. As Admiral Du stood on the bridge of the memory of Eden, Captain Jin approached him. It's over, she said quietly. New Eden has justice. Admiral Du looked at the view screen showing the carry homeworld. No, Captain, it's just beginning. Now we must build something better than what existed before. Word of the carry defeat spread quickly across nearby star systems. Species that had hidden from the hegemony for generations now emerged. Earth had done what no other civilization had managed. Humanity had stopped the carry. As Admiral Du prepared to send news of the victory back to Earth, he knew humanity's place in the galaxy had changed forever. Earth was no longer just one isolated world. It was now a power that had brought down an empire and freed dozens of species from fear. New Eden, he whispered to himself, your sacrifice has changed the stars themselves. The amber sky of New Eden looked different now. New buildings stood where the colony had been destroyed. The dome was stronger, larger than before. In the center was a garden unlike any other in human space. 6 months had passed since the Carey surrender. Earth had won the war in just 3 days. Now came the harder work of building peace. Admiral Dew walked through the garden slowly. Each path was named for a section of the original colony. Each plant represented a family lost in the attack. In the center burned a flame that would never go out, a promise to remember. "It's time, Admiral," said Captain Jin, now his chief diplomatic officer. Admiral Dew nodded and followed her to the new meeting hall. Representatives from 27 different species waited inside. Some looked almost human. Others were very different. Beings of crystal, of light, of shapes humans had no words for. All had suffered under Carey rule. "The final delegations have arrived," Captain Jin informed him. "We're ready to begin." The meeting hall had been built to accommodate all forms of life. Some delegates floated in special tanks. Others needed different air to breathe. Yet all had come for the same purpose, to ensure the Carey hegemony could never rise again. Admiral Dew took his place at the round table. As Earth's representative, he would sign the document first. "Friends," he began, "1 year ago, humans knew nothing of life beyond our solar system. We believed we were alone. Then the Carey attacked our colony without warning or reason." He paused, looking at each delegate in turn. "We came seeking justice for our dead. We found many worlds suffering the same fate. Today, we build something new together." The document was simple but powerful. The Stellar Concordat would unite all signing worlds in mutual defense. No developing civilization would ever again face destruction like New Eden had. The strong would protect the weak until they could protect themselves. One by one, representatives came forward to sign. The Back Collective, the Rim Alliance, the On Federation. Former enemies now united in common purpose. Outside the meeting hall, a different kind of ceremony prepared to begin. Captain Jin stood with a group of humans, 300 in all. They looked tired but happy. These were survivors, taken prisoner by the Carey before New Eden's destruction. "I never thought I'd see this place again," said a woman scientist, tears in her eyes. "I gave up hope long ago." Special forces had found them in hidden Carey prison camps. Some had been forced to work for their captors. Others had been kept as study subjects. All had believed they were the only survivors. Young Moon stood at the front of the group. He was only 6 when the colony fell. Now 7, he had spent a year in Carey captivity. He held a small tree in his hands. Admiral Dew finished the signing ceremony and joined them outside. The entire delegation followed. "Young Moon will plant the first tree in the memorial garden," announced Captain Jin. The boy stepped forward. His hands were small but steady as he dug a hole in the prepared soil. "My parents died here," he told Admiral Dew as he worked. "They were teachers." "I'm sorry," replied the Admiral. Moon looked up with surprising strength in his young eyes. "Don't be. They would be proud to see what their sacrifice created. A whole galaxy working together." The tree was placed in the soil. Earth soil mixed with soil from each world in the Concordat, a symbol of new life growing from tragedy. Across former Carey space, similar ceremonies took place. Worlds that had lived in fear for centuries celebrated their freedom. Earth ships helped rebuild damaged planets. Human doctors treated species they had never seen before. Scientists from dozens of worlds shared knowledge freely. Earth established outposts in key systems, not to conquer, but to protect. Military leaders called it the Dew Doctrine: peaceful cooperation when possible, overwhelming force when necessary. Later that night, Admiral Dew stood alone by the memorial flame. The signing ceremonies were complete. The Stellar Concordat was now official. Tomorrow, the memory of Eden would begin its journey back to Earth. Ambassador No of the Back Collective joined him by the flame. "Your species continues to surprise us," said No. "Most races, after such a victory, would have claimed Carey territory for themselves. You instead built this alliance. We came for justice, not conquest. replied Admiral Du. New Eden was a scientific colony. They came to learn, to grow, to understand the universe. We honor them best by continuing that mission. The next morning, as the memory of Eden prepared to depart, Admiral Du gave his final address. Representatives from all 27 worlds gathered to hear him. "We came seeking justice for our fallen," he said, his voice quiet but carrying to all. "We remain to ensure such injustice never happens again. The galaxy has learned an important lesson. Humanity extends friendship to all who desire peace, but those who bring war to our children will find no place distant enough to escape our response." As night fell on New Eden, the stars seemed brighter than before. The amber sky held a new promise. Where once a single human colony had stood alone and vulnerable, now stood the headquarters of the stellar Concordat. Children from many worlds played where once there had been only ruins. Young moons stood in the garden, looking up at the stars. The tree he planted already showed new growth. Like humanity itself, it had found its place among the stars. The end.